This video is aimed at any teacher who would like to know how they can build a Schoology course for their students. In this video we will be looking at how to create a course and give your course a picture. We already looked at how to create a course in the previous video, but we're going to quickly recap that. Also, how to add folders to your course so that you can organize the information a little bit better. Adding files to your course. We'll be looking at 3 different types of files. PDF, Word document, picture files, the kind of standard format pictures that we teachers use. Audio files in case you would like to do some kind of listening exercise. And links if you would like to send your students somewhere on the internet. So I have already logged into Schoology. Here's my Schoology homepage. I'm going to quickly create a course from scratch. So if I go to courses at the top of the screen, click on that, and I'm going to create a course. It's going to be a general English course. Language, arts, and again, no level. I don't really see the point of subject area and level. I think that's for Schoology's personal research. It doesn't really impact on you as a teacher, and it's not really information the students will see. Once I'm ready, and I'm happy with my course name and section name, create. So here's my new course. If I go back to my home, I now have 2 courses, the one that I showed you in the previous video and this new one. I'm going to go to GEZ4 for now. Let's say I click on that. This is the one that I'm going to be building. So first of all, I'd like to put some kind of picture here for the students to see, because this is exactly what the students will see when they log in, and at the moment they'll see nothing. So I'm going to go to Google. And I'd like to find some kind of inspirational picture. Okay, inspirational pictures. I'm going to click on images so I can have a bit of a better look. I like this one. I just want to choose one quickly. So I'm going to right click on this picture, save image as, I'll save it as number 1 on my desktop. Save. Go back to the Schoology tab in the top left. Now I can edit my picture. When I wave the mouse over this image, it comes up with edit picture. I click on that. Attach file. Oh, it was one of these 2. I think it was this one. Yes, it was. So now I have my inspirational picture. I can press X to get rid of that. Next, I'm going to be adding folders. Here at the top left where it says add materials, this is probably the most important button. Once I've clicked on that, it gives me lots of options of what I would like to add. I'm going to be adding a folder today. So click on add folder. Get the choice of color, which is nice. I'm going to go with orange. This folder is going to be morning lessons. I'm the morning teacher and I would like to upload my PDF files from my IWB slide to this folder. I can write a description for this folder, so I'll put that now. I don't really need to put any further information about dates or availability. This is if you want to hide the information from your students and publish it to them at a certain time. That's not what I'm intending to do. I just want to make a folder to store stuff in. So I press create. Also, I would like to give the students maybe some useful links, so I'm going to make another folder. Add folder. I'll make this one green. This one is going to be called useful links. So these useful links are for improving vocabulary and grammar, but they could also be for extra reading or extra listening practice, for example. So I'll create that folder. Great, now I've got these 2 separate ones here. Perhaps my afternoon teacher would also like to have their own folder, so I'll go back to add materials, add folder. And again, I can choose the folder color, I can type in any description that I want and create, and so on and so on. If I want to move these around, I simply left click on it, hold my finger down, drag it and drop it, and I can move them around a little bit. I could always, if I left click on this, drag it, I could put it inside this folder, but I don't particularly want to do that. Next, I need to put some material in here. So morning lessons, I've just finished my morning lesson. What I did there is I left clicked on it. So I've gone inside the folder, I still have my same options. Add materials. This time I'm going to add a file, link or external tool. So I'm going to add a file. It gives me this option. I'm going to go with file on the left. I left click on that, attach file. I'm going to choose from my USB, I think. If I click on my USB on the left here, I'm going to choose this, perhaps complaining in a hotel. Let's imagine I taught that this morning. So I'm going to double click on that file. Taking a little bit of time to upload. Okay, I've now got that there. I can just press add, and it's available for students to see. Once it's here, students can either download it, or they can just open it up online. If a student goes to the course from home and they left click on this file, sorry, again, it just takes a little bit of time for all this to work. This is what they can see. This is the beginning of the lesson. A quick something came up about cheating, you can see, and the students can scroll through the lesson and look at all the notes of everything that we were writing about. This was a listening lesson, so of course here's my listening for gist questions. So the students can access all the files that were on the IWB. And I just clicked on Morning Lessons with Adam to go back to the folder, or I could add a Word document, I could add an assignment or something like that. Any Word document, any PDF for the students to look at. I can also add audio. If I click on Add Materials, again, add file, link or external tool. If I click on that, I click on File again, attach files. Now I just need to find some kind of audio. It looks like I've got one right here, 28, track 28. I'm not really sure what that is, but I'm going to double click on it anyway. Of course, it's an MP3, it could take a little bit longer to upload. Having said that, it didn't take any time at all. Now that that's ready, it says complete. I press add. Now there's an MP3 track for students. If a student clicked on this, well, because I've just uploaded it, it has to convert the media. The student can of course download it, or they can play it through Schoology. We'll come back to that in a minute because it's going to take a little bit of time for Schoology to convert it and make it playable. If I left click on Morning Lessons with Adam again, the last thing I'd like to show you is how I can add a link. If I want to add a link for students, I go to Add Materials, Add File, Link, External Tool. Instead of clicking on File, I press Link. Now, of course, I need a link to give them, so if I just quickly go to YouTube, now let's imagine that Ted plays Call of Duty. This is a video I really want the students to see.
Let's suppose that...
So I go to the top of the screen, left click on this, I've selected the YouTube link, I right click it and copy. Go back to my Schoology page, link URL. Here I left click and then right click, paste. What's the title of this? It was Ted Plays. Okay, I've got a name for the link, I have the link itself, I press add, I'm ready. And here we are, there's the link. I'm just going to quickly check to see if the audio is ready to listen to. And it is. All I did was left click on that, it's finished converting it through Schoology. If I press play.
Track 28.
Perhaps, like me, you spent hours drawing and colouring things when you were young.
So you can see that with this file, I could upload it to Schoology and I could say to my students in class, for homework, I want you to answer such and such a question on this listening. Go to track 22, or sorry, track 28 and answer the questions. Or I could say, I've uploaded such and such a link to Schoology. Go to this link and answer these questions that I'll give you now in class. So it really is an essential teaching tool, I think. It will help you to cut down on paper, and it will actually help you save you time and create more interesting homeworks for students. Of course, I just put all of these in the same folder, Morning Lessons with Adam, but realistically what I would do is probably create another folder. Let's say it's called Homework. I'll just create that. And I would tell students, I'll go to the Homework folder, open the link TED Plays and answer this question, or come to class tomorrow ready to discuss what you saw, or whatever the assignment happened to be. So this is how you build the course. If you have any questions at all about how you can build the course, create the folders, add files to those folders, do not hesitate to contact either myself, Adam G, or Adam T. We are both very happy to help.